Madul Mustafa Assemble consists of Singaporean students studying in Damascus, Syria. They were formed in 2005 and they were performing various places in Syria. Upon returning, they continue to perform the sacred poetry in our beloved country, Singapore. And I hope you enjoy their performance. Thank you.
Sufism talks about the purity of the heart and action. That is what it teaches, and that is how it works and plants the seed of true teachings of Islam. Once God the Almighty has guided light, nur, and it has entered the soul, it was nur.
But this is يَهْدِ اللَّهِ لِنُورِهِ مَنْ يَشَاءُ. Allah will guide to His nur, His light, whoever He will. And the nur is not that something you can see and to follow. No, the nur is true reason. That one of the nurs is the honest and sincere alims, the murshid, the one who guides you.
Such as this. Seek knowledge from the cradle to the grave. Our beloved Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. How beautiful. Absolutely. So even after you finish schooling doesn't mean you finish studying. You should continue on with that lifelong process, lifelong learning.
Rasulullah SAW had a vision that all of us here, he embedded the knowledge and vision to everyone, to every single Muslim on earth, that we are, by all means, a wayfarer or musafir. And what kind of wayfarer are we? We are the wayfarer of light. وَعَلَمُوا أَنَّ فِيكُمْ رَسُولُ اللَّهِ. And know that within you is Rasulullah.
We have to love Him better than we love ourselves. And no way you can be saved without loving Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
Allah. Allah
Allah is great to us. No. What is the meaning of Allah is greater? Allah is greater. That is not a complete sentence. Allah is greater. Allah Akbar min kulli shay. Allah is greater than everything. Allah is greater than my problems. Allah is greater than my stress. Allah is greater than my anxiety. Allah is greater than my problems. Allah is greater than my deficiencies. Allah is greater than my ideas. Allah is greater than anything that I can imagine in my mind. Allah is greater than the building I'm standing in, the art inside the building I'm standing in, the color inside the building I'm standing in, the brothers inside the building that I'm standing in. Wallahi, Allahu Akbar min kulli shay.
Whatever you say all the time, that's your remembrance. Now the problem is this, that whatever you say, it affects your heart. That's why it's not proper for a Muslim to speak, to say like vulgar words. It's not proper for a Muslim to say that. Why? Because your heart is for Allah. Whatever you think about the situation, whatever you think about the test that you're in, is exactly what you're going to see. If you think negatively, if you deal with things in a rash manner, you're creating your own problem. Whereas if you actually stop and have a good opinion, and think good and say good, it's all we have a saying, the ball's in your court.
So what can happen is that those individuals or the Muslims that we treat, that we don't have goodness with them, we don't have concern for them, we don't have the life of the Messenger of Allah, we don't act like him and deal with them kindly and deal with them well. Do you know, Allah loves a slave that is broken-hearted. Allah loves, there's people in this community that I've come to meet, they've had issues. They stopped praying a long time ago. Some of them have started doing drugs, right? They're broken-hearted. They just feel lost. But I guarantee you, and I've met some of these people, and I'm telling you right now, by Allah, those people are more beloved to Allah because they're sorry about what they do. And they're not arrogant. They don't feel like they've gotten somewhere with God. They don't look down on other people. Their own actions humble them, and every time maybe they drink alcohol even, they cry. They hate themselves for what they do.
I want you to tell me, what is it that Allah created first in the entire creation when He decided He wants to create creation? And Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, he smiled with his broad smile, reflecting His beauty and splendor on the day Allah created him. He said, أول ما خلقه الله نور نبيك نور نبيك. The first thing that Allah created, when there was no heaven, no earth, nothing, and no angels, nothing. The first thing Allah created is the nur of your Prophet, the light of your Prophet. Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala ali Sayyidina Muhammadin adada man salla alayhi. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammadin وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد من صلى عليه.
الحمد لله منشئ الخلق من عدم ثم الصلاة على المختار في القدم مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا وسلم دائما The shoes come off as I knock the door. Eyes downcast upon the floor, struggling to repeat Alhamdulillah. 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 Let's start talking about spirituality. Can anybody define spirituality for us?
Basically, my definition is actually about the soul. It's about the soul of yourself, which is not physically, but you can feel it, but you cannot see it.
You can feel it, but you can't see it. Is there anybody else?
To me, spirituality is to feel God consciously. To consciously feel God.
To consciously feel God.
Within you.
Wow, okay, mashallah, that's very nice. Is there anybody else? Is it necessary for us to feel something for our actions to be spiritual? Not entirely. I understand what you're saying, but not entirely, right? Because what we do comes from us, right? What we do is what we are doing. The feeling is what Allah sends to you, right? Now, we're not worshipping the feeling. We're worshipping Allah. And sometimes He doesn't send you that feeling, even if you do everything properly, to make sure that you know that you're not chasing the feeling. Because if you stop feeling that, does that mean you're going to stop praying? No, it doesn't.
How are you doing? That's not what I meant. How is your heart with Allah today? Or how is your heart with Allah always? Are you closer to Allah today than you were yesterday? Than you were last Ramadan? Ramadan is coming up. Or are you further distant away from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in your heart? Or is it indifferent? Does it make a difference? You don't have a heart. Do you have a heart? How is your heart? Allah, Allah. The whole point of this life is that we get closer to the one we love. Subhanahu wa ta'ala. And life is awfully short. May Allah grant you all long life. But no matter how long that life, it's still kind of short. Don't waste it. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. وَالَّذِينَ آمَنُوا أَشَدُّ حُبًّا لِلَّهِ. And those who believe the meaning of the ayah have more love for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They're people of love. People of love. And it's very difficult in nowadays world, in the hustle and bustle of life, especially I understand in Singapore, very busy. And it's a small country, but it's buzzing with activities and lots of things and high-tech and fast-paced life. It's always important to take a minute and reflect. How is your heart with Allah today? A good question to ask ourselves every now and then, maybe every day.